Yo!
Hey.
So we're doing another video today. We're trying to actually do them a bit more consistently now, even though I think it's been a while since our last one. But
and I've got a cold. Oh. He's going to get one.
Yes, yeah. It's bound to happen. Anyway, right. What we want to do now is we want, through this YouTube channel, we just want to deliver value and content, and based on what we've experienced so far.
He's even holding a book.
I'm holding a book, pineapple book.
And left his phone on loud, so you're probably going to hear messages come through. Yeah, we're here at Laptop Lifestyle HQ.
It's like Dragon's Den, to be honest with you. It's got a lot of nostalgia about it. And what's the time?
Well, actually,
it's 11:30 p.m. So no one is here. It's like almost like being in a band.
Been here all day, working hard. Matt got loads of good kill streaks on COD. Yeah, exactly.
It's a hard life.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the main questions we get whenever I explain what we do to anyone is they're instantly kind of shocked and they're kind of like, is it allowed? Do eBay allow it? Do Amazon allow it?
Yeah.
You know, what's the know-how? So we just thought
we just put it
in black and white.
Yeah, what we do is allowed. So we're buying products off Amazon. So we're drop shipping off Amazon, and we're selling them on eBay. So like typical drop shipping, we're advertising it first on eBay, and then when the sale comes through, we're buying it on Amazon, and we're taking all the information, all the listing information from Amazon, and it is allowed. Now eBay have changed and evolved their rules though over time.
When it first started, there was barely any red tape around.
Yeah, there was no regulating of it, so it did explode, and it has been around for some years. I mean, I've heard it's been around for a long time. We're talking like 5 or plus more years. But it's like really like lifted off in the last 2 or 3 years, and we got involved last year, and it was just list and go. It was like you could just list and you'd make sales. But coming back to the point, it is allowed. Regulations have changed, so now it's a case of if eBay find you are drop shipping from Amazon, what they do is they will take top rated seller status away from you, but you still can sell. They just say, we know that you're drop shipping. So that's all it is, a case of that. As long as you keep eBay happy, they tend to allow you to keep going. What
top rated seller status is supposed to do is it gives you a badge on your listings, and it's supposed to put you above other people in the listings. However, we found that not to be true. Yeah. And we will explain that in more detail. But
the only thing we miss with the top rated seller status is the 10% discount on final value fees.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's something that's not actually that important, so we actually actively try not to have it in some way.
For those who don't know as well, final value fee is they take 10% of every sale that you make. So when you get 10% off of that, that's really quite handy. So if your final value fee at the end of the month is £3,000, obviously getting £300 off that is quite nice. But they take that away from you if they know you're drop shipping from Amazon. But it's quite interesting because they say that they do not allow it, yet that is the only consequence that they give you.
It's not illegal, is what they're saying. It's not something where you've done it and it's like, oh, something bad's going to happen, someone's going to knock on your door, that kind of thing, or you can,
they're trying to discourage it. And I think that's fair, because at the end of the day, Amazon's eBay's biggest competitor.
The stuff's coming in. It comes in an Amazon box. It comes in exactly this. This is exactly how often it comes. Look, that's pretty obvious. I mean, it says Prime on the top as well, and it doesn't actually say the word Amazon on it. Sometimes it does at Christmas.
This actually leads to a good follow point. A lot of people then say, what do people do when their parcel or their item turns up in an Amazon package? 99.9% of the time, nothing.
That goes well with the allowed stuff.
Yeah,
they don't actually mind. You get the odd person who does, but most of the time, no, they don't mind. They get the product they wanted at a price they're happy to pay, and that it gets to them quickly.
You don't really think about it, do you?
No.
If you're ordering an item online, I don't start inspecting the packaging. I'm not interested in the packaging. I'm interested in what's inside.
Box and that's it. Yeah.
So 99.9% of people don't say anything. For those who do, I mean, it's quite easy you could either offer them a return and a refund if you want to do that.
We offer, we basically do like a refund, like no quibble refunds as well. So if someone did say anything like we don't like the item, or if it didn't like it coming from Amazon, doesn't matter what the reason, we just say send us the item back and we'll refund you.
Done.
So it's pretty straightforward.
And then what we do is we send them a return label from Amazon, so it goes directly to Amazon. We get refunded, and then we just pass the refund on.
Yeah.
So once again, it's hands off for
Yeah.
us. Right, let's move on to. So that's is it allowed? Yes, it is. Basically, do Amazon allow it? That's quite an interesting question.
So Amazon have always had this in their policy before eBay started having their policy. We do use the Amazon Prime to send the items because of how quick it sends them, and it makes sense as well because if you didn't have Prime, you paid for the delivery. One, it's slower delivery anyway, and two, that's an extra cost you need to factor in. And sometimes the delivery can be like £5 or more. Prime,
or you pay £8 a month.
Or you pay £8 a month, and you can use Prime as much as you want. Believe it or not, we've actually know people who've spoken to Amazon, and Amazon said we know you're actually drop shipping. We're okay with it. You know, you can tell us. We just want to know, and they kind of either want you to have an Amazon business account, or you can continue using that same Amazon account, and they just leave it. Like I've had accounts with thousands of orders going through, and nothing's happened. So they do actually allow it. Now in the policy on Prime, it says not to be used if you're buying an item to resell, which is what we're doing because we're buying the item to send it to a customer. It's not those exact words, but it's something to do with sending the item for business use or for gain that way. Again, it's a policy. You know, if they decide to close the account down, then that's their decision. But that is the worst thing that can happen, and they don't do that. They tend not to. There are times when accounts get closed down, but you can just open new ones and you can keep going as long as you've got enough accounts. It's fine. So again, don't be scared off by that kind of stuff. It is really minor on the grand scheme of things, and once you get over that and you're okay with that, then you can just go ahead and just get on with it.
Next, I'd say the next most common question I personally get, I know you get it as well, is people always say, so I've got an eBay business, online business, and they go, okay, what do you sell?
Well, like what to sell kind of thing. That meal.
What to sell? So, what do we sell? What do we sell? We sell anything and everything from every single category.
Oh god, that is every time someone asks me what I do.
Don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't know the items. Obviously,
No.
we know our hot sellers, the ones which we sell the most of. But we.
It's funny. Do you not think it's funny though when people ask you, and I go a variety, and then I just think of like the items I last saw.
Because I just say anything and everything.
Or even better, right? When you're with someone and they say, "Can I see what you do?" And I thought, I'll just show you my sales. And then I'm sitting there going, "Wow, I've sold this. Wow, I've sold this." Like not realizing that I actually had it in my listings, and they're thinking, "Why don't you know?"
So come on. So, but that's the honest truth. Don't know.
But it's actually for good reason because we instead of. If you sat there and went on Amazon and went, right, I'm going to search for these items randomly, which you can do, which we used to do, it used to be a way. Problem with that is you will just spam tons of items onto eBay and you'll be wasting your time. You're better off taking out the emotion of it and actually looking for hot selling items. So we reverse engineer the whole process. We'll actually look on eBay and use programs like Zik Analytics, the locator tool.
Just Zik Analytics and locator tool, that's on Salefreaks, which is a middleman program that we use, and there's other things as well, isn't there? What's the other one? I'm trying to think for now. Not Zik.
Chili Hunter?
There's Chili Hunter and there's another one I'm trying to think. It's so cool.
DS Genie?
That's another one.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm just trying to
all these kind of programs out there, and what that does is it basically searches. So Amazon items, if you like, and then compares them to how many have been sold on eBay.
Yeah.
So you can find hot selling items.
And this is actually something like this isn't something that's new either. This is something that people were doing manually before. So you can go on eBay and actually find a seller, and you can go, and if you just go on in filters and go and it says sold items, you can see the sold items. You then click on the item and it'll say how many have sold. And what we'll go for is if it's sold in the last 30 days, say 3 or more, and then we know that's an item that's selling.
If you're going to do it manually, sorry to interrupt
That's
you.
right.
If you're going to do it manually, a good tip for you guys as well is if you're looking for someone who's selling items from Amazon on eBay, generally speaking, look for white plain backgrounds, because Amazon only allow white plain backgrounds on their site, whereas I'd say 90% of all other items have a background.
Yeah.
So if you want to find Amazon ones, that's
like that's an easy one. And then what you'll do is you can take the title, and usually they don't edit the title, and you paste the exact title onto Amazon, and you'll see it's the same item. And then generally on further than that, the actual seller just sells Amazon products, because then you can just go through more sold items. And if an item's sold a lot of times recently, the reason why we're saying go for the hot selling items, one, people are likely to be searching for it, and two, eBay actually will index your item a little bit higher because it has been selling from other sellers. So that's why we're going for these hot selling items, for those two reasons. And that cuts out all that emotion. You're going straight for hot selling items. You're going for items that are likely to sell, keeping your account leaner, and you like to get sales.
Yeah, exactly.
But so what to sell? It's anything and everything as long as it's selling really well. And you can look for seasonal products. We're coming up to Christmas now.
Black Friday, so like electrics and stuff like that. Because that's another thing. So our prices, we have a middleman sort of party, which we personally use Salefreaks. Yeah. And Salefreaks is basically just a piece of software which aids you in dropshipping. And basically, when the price drops on Amazon, Salefreaks will automatically detect that, and it will drop the price on eBay as well, but to our margins. Yeah. So, for example, when Black Friday comes along, say we're selling an electronic photo frame, one of those things. I've sold quite a few of them, and it drops in price. Say it drops down from 40 quid to 30 quid on Amazon, so it will drop down from 45 quid to 35 quid on eBay. That's pretty simple.
The price tracker on Salefreaks is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
We used to use a software called EasySync as well. Again, one of their competitors.
Don't knock them. EasySync are good though. They are good.
Yeah, and they did the same thing. So that's where we first experienced the price tracking, and it was good to see. Like they'd update like every hour or so, give or take.
Yeah.
And it was good that. That was amazing when I first saw it. The only thing is, if say a price suddenly changed, like there's lightning deals, that kind of stuff on Amazon, you can get hit by that, but it's very rare. So again, that's not something you have to worry about. If the price changes on Amazon, it will change on eBay. There's stock tracking as well. So again, that's something you might think as like a barrier, but this automated software that fills the orders from Amazon to eBay. So literally, it takes the information off the person who bought it on eBay, sorry I meant the other way around.
Yeah.
And then actually puts it onto Amazon and buys it for you and ships it to the customer without us having to manually
I guess what you're saying there is it's all automated.
Yeah.
So think about how easy it could be, and yes, it's that easy.
Yeah.
Which is really nice for us. Now, for those of you watching this video, if you're new to dropshipping, you've not heard of it, and you're like, oh, I like the sound of this, I'm going to give it a go. Highly recommend, of course, but I mean, don't judge it on one listing, because I remember you did this, Joanne. What he did is he thought, oh, I'm going to give dropshipping a go. So he took one item from Amazon, put it onto eBay.
It was the classical Casio watch, I'll tell you that. It was the Epic watches, loved them. The black digital one. It's shaped a bit like this watch, to be fair. Had like two buttons on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided to. This is years ago as well.
Yeah.
I thought I could sell stuff from Amazon onto eBay, and I took one item, listed it manually on eBay, priced it in. It wasn't even a competitive price. Thinking, I want to get loads of sales. I think I got about like 5 views in a week, no sales, and then just went, this doesn't work.
It's definitely not like a one item ones I'm going to get sale kind of thing. I mean, you play the numbers game, that's for sure. I mean,
little did we know, that this happened.
I mean, it has changed. Don't get me wrong. We've experienced you're now better off keeping leaner accounts. What we mean by that is less items.
So smaller accounts.
Items.
I mean, what did we have before?
We didn't used to. We went purely the numbers game. We went bulk. I think I had 3 stores, eBay stores, and I had a total of 150,000 items.
In my peak on one of my stores, and that was an eSync. That's a lot of items, and now that's an obscene amount of items on eSync. I had at one stage over 110,000 items on one store. 110,000 items, and then in total, I downsized. In general, and over my 5 stores, I downsized 180,000 items on. Was it more than that? It was 270,000. What am I talking about? You had 100 and something, didn't you?
Yeah.
I had 270,000 on I think on Salefreaks.
Sure you did.
Over 5 stores, 270,000.
Now, I want to make it so clear, so clear. That is not how. That's not necessarily. I'm not going to say it's not a method to do, but it's probably not the best method. Certainly in our experience.
Not anymore.
eBay is going to be so quick.
We used to be able to just list and make money.
Yeah,
honestly, we just listed them. Like,
so
we've always had that drive to just overcome problems, so we become good problem solvers. So that's where our advantages be. So in the past, we could just list and make money, and then when problems came along, we would just get over them quickly. Where it is before, without this sort of confidence that we have now and the knowledge, and so I suppose it was before we just wanted to do it, didn't we? We were so keen. If we hadn't had that raw sort of like we want to just do this, we probably would have stopped early. But we kept on going through, and that's why we're coming across like, oh, it's just dead easy. It's because we've learned so much along the way, and we didn't let anything stop us. So now we've got to where we are now, and then we've had to change with the markets, because if we hadn't changed, we wouldn't come up with the strategies we've got now.
No. What strategies do we have now? That's probably what you guys are thinking.
Yeah.
I'm going to say keep your account optimized, keep it lean, keep hot selling items on, and don't be afraid to ship them out either, because sometimes you think, oh, this is really going to be a really good batch, doesn't work out. Other times you think, oh, it's going to be a standard batch and it works really well. So what I'm saying is every 30 days, look at what's selling well, look at what's not selling well, get rid of what's not selling well and replace it with more items.
Mm-hmm.
But the bulk method is probably not the best idea anymore.
It's more dead. It was
eBay
fun while it
just,
lasted.
you stand out like a sore thumb to eBay. Now don't get me wrong, you stand out anyway, but way too much. You're a dropshipper. Not many people other than Amazon have 150,000 items in their warehouse.
Yeah, not even some of the biggest stores.
Yeah, so
I love I'm coughing more now doing the video. I haven't coughed this much all day, and now I'm just coughing.
Clearly, you're nervous to talk to our YouTube.
I'm nervous sitting next to this guy. He's weird.
Okay, so I'm just reading my notes. We're going to talk about how to get sales. So don't just list one. Do list a variety. See what's selling well. Double down. List more similar items to it.
We'll do more videos on the actual how to get sales and how we locate them. Because I know we're just saying this, and then people might, well, that's what I want to know, like the actual nitty gritty. We will. We're just telling you a general outline right now. But go ahead and research those companies if you like. We'll put some links in the description. But you can research them, you can Google them, you can have a look.
Reach out to us, put in the comments. Tell us what you want to see specifically, and we'll do videos on it. That's absolutely no problem. Another thing we want to talk about, because I don't feel like a lot of people know about. Well, maybe they do. I don't know, but the snowball effect when listing.
Yeah.
So what we mean by the snowball effect when listing is you could list 10 items one day, and you might not get a sale. You might get one. And then the next day you could list 50 items.
Yeah.
And then you could get like seven sales or something. And it's like, well, that just doesn't statistically make sense.
Yeah.
Put in proportion. But that's just how sort of eBay, I guess, works. It's algorithms. So the snowball effect really does work. And even if you're going through a bit of a drought, if you're an established dropshipper and you're going through a bit of a drought and you're not really sure what's happening, just delist the items that are not selling, list new items and keep listing new items. It does have an effect, and it has a knock-on effect for the rest of the account. It kind of weights the rest of the listings up. Not like you're not going to get millions of sales, but it does really.
There are like different variables that affect different things. Like, for example, I'm only going to briefly say this right now, but an account when it's fresh and it starts, it's not got any throttling on it, and throttling means slowing the account down, reducing the amount of sales it has the ability to get. And unfortunately, that's something that can happen in the future if someone reviews the account and see it's dropshipping. It can and does happen, and it has happened on. I've got two. I mean, it happened to all our accounts in the past. The 2 accounts that I'm running right now. Notice I said in the past. It means we open and close accounts. That's fine. That's completely normal. You can choose to do that. But the 2 accounts that I'm running at the moment, my oldest ones, they are both throttled. However, I am listing items that are selling, and I'm keeping that velocity going by listing not every day anymore. At one stage it was, but every few days, hot selling items. I'm starting to delist certain ones. I'm actually starting to delist cheaper items as well.
Yes. Okay, so that's another thing. Lots of people list cheap items, and the reason why they list cheap items is because they're like, you think of the market like so many people. Their instinct buys basically. If it's under £30 generally, if someone sees it and they want it, they'll just buy it. They won't really give too much thought about it. However, you got to look at the flip side. If you're doing that as a dropshipper, how many other people are doing it as a dropshipper? And what we're saying is basically the expensive items kind of get left untapped. Now, don't get me wrong, you do get less sales for an expensive item and all the rest of it. And no, sometimes the margin doesn't work out as well as you want it to be. But we found that actually, when you have less cheaper items on your account, more expensive items, it's good to have a good variety.
Yeah. And we find like when the cheaper items concerned, this again, some of it we have to say is theory or what we believe, but we've noticed, and I have noticed that when I've delisted some of my cheaper items, they were taking up a lot of the sales. Now they do get some velocity, however, when I took some away, I was still getting quite a few sales on the cheaper items, but suddenly I was getting way more on my mid-range to expensive, and this has happened recently.
You're right. This is all supposed theory, but I mean, this is we're talking about things. We're not just talking about something that happened once. This happens time and time again. Same with everything we'll say on this YouTube channel. Technically, it's all theory.
Yeah.
Where's the proof to back it up? The only proof is in our results.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's our results. Like,
there's no.
And the only thing actually that's on eBay where you could look today and you can look now, if you go on eBay right now and type something in that, you know, an item that you want, say a camera, I'm just looking at things in here, I don't know, a glass, just you type that into eBay right now and it'll come up in your search results and it'll say best match. You'll notice it's not the cheapest. eBay used to work with getting some items, you either promote yourself or the cheapest would win. Now the best match comes up. I could sell the same item Matt's selling. I sell it £5 more. Yet I've got the sale because eBay's decided to show mine in the results.
That's the best match. However, now this is where it gets interesting. You do that search, and then you do that search 6 hours later. Quite often, someone else is at the top.
Yeah.
And we found that really interesting. So
it's kind of giving everyone some airtime. Hence why so many people can sell the same product. That's why we don't have to worry. And here's another worry that people are going to have. What happens if everyone else is selling the same product? It doesn't matter. As long as you're...
That's where the airtime comes in.
Yeah, that's where the airtime comes in, because it's giving you X amount of time to sell that product, then it'll give it to someone else.
If you're a really good seller, you've got a lot of feedback, eBay sort of can trust you as a seller if you like. You're going to get more airtime than someone who's just starting. That's just the way it is. But for those just starting, don't worry too much at the same time.
You get velocity. The most important is actually getting the sales though. Over feedback, if you're a person who comes in and gets loads of sales on an item, you could have this guy who's got loads of feedback, but if he's only got 3 sales of it and you've had 8 of it recently,
you'll win.
You'll actually get more airtime. They pick the one who's actually got more sales, so you get more likely to get the sale again. Again, best to sell hot selling items.
I'm just looking at our notes quickly. So
we've been filming for over 23 minutes.
We keep saying every video we do, like
let's keep it short. Yeah, it's gonna be 10 minutes.
You probably noticed we've been speaking really.
And by the way, we've got this book, and we've only gone down about 8 things.
Yeah.
And we've got 42 on this 2 pages, and there's more on the other side.
We've got a total of 200.
200.
Yeah.
We've got lots.
We won't say all 200 today. Anyway, so the next one. When to list, right? This is quite key. Once again, I think is a bit of knowledge which not a lot of people realise.
This one was done with trial and error.
It was.
This is how we found this one.
We've listed anytime during the day, morning, afternoon, evening, all the rest of it. And we found if we listed during the day, we believe that when you list new listings, eBay is almost going to do sort of a bit of a scan or automatic check, and it seems to slow down all your sales. Yeah,
it's like it takes up time that you'll be selling because you're actively listing. So as if eBay puts you into a bit of an idle mode.
Yeah.
You make some sales but nowhere near as many if you're listing. But if you list at a different time of the day,
if you list at a time where not a hot time, so like if you basically we always list around this time.
Yeah. We list in the evening.
Which is
The morning is alright as well, which is what testing suggested, but I'm not a morning person. So I never get up at 6, 7 in the morning to list. So...
Evening it is.
Evening.
Plus, evening anyway, when you're going to bed, everybody else is going, well, most people are also going to bed. So that's when you list. Plenty of time for eBay to verify all the new products and everything. And then come 6 o'clock in the morning, when people are getting up, sales will start to come in. But we found when we listed at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we've been getting sales all day, and then 3 o'clock in the afternoon it goes dead for about 6 p.m.
Yep.
Or maybe not dead, but slows right
sales
down.
And if you list in the evening as well, like not only are you doing it during the quiet times, but it's the way eBay index the items. It seems like, okay, the odd time, the rarity you get a sale straight away anyway after you list. But then it takes about 8 to 12 hours for them to start filtering through, and sometimes up to 24. And so you hit like a much broader range of the day. And when they come in, you're getting your sales around like midday all of a sudden, and then they're going up all the way through the evening. So you get this real spike in sales, again, adding to that velocity. So when to list is actually part of how to get sales as well. We were talking about getting hot selling items. So imagine getting these hot selling items, listing them at the right time, add those two together, it's a really good mix. And then you get that velocity, because if you get more sales, it induces you get more sales out of that as well, so you're more likely to get them. But yeah, mixing the two together is a powerful sort of strategy.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Alright, let's wrap it up there.
Yeah,
another half an hour video. How do we do it? So today,
I'm sick of talking to this guy now.
We have covered: is dropshipping allowed? Amazon to eBay.
Yes,
dropshipping now.
It's allowed.
Yes. What to sell? Anything. How to find what's trending. Use the tools, how to get sales.
Well, there are tools out there, we mentioned them.
Yeah, how to get sales, list, and list at the right time.
Yeah, and we will talk about the software that we use more in depth, I think, in the next video.
Comment.
Yeah, I think that we'll explain Salefreaks. I'll say it again, Salefreaks. We'll put a link in the description just so you know what software we're using to bridge the two. But we will talk about them more, because I suppose anyone who's new to it, there's loads of software out there. But it's just because
if you guys are listing on it, if you guys are working with EasySync or also DS, they're
any
all
other
pretty similar.
software.
We've just we like Salefreaks.
So worked for us so far.
Personal preference.
But anywho, goodbye from Laptop Lifestyle HQ, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.